Hi everyone, Shiv here. So, yesterday, Monday, the 20th, yay, 420, I was on the Gosu Gamer Hearthstone podcast, or stream, or whatever you want to call it. Fun time. I love those guys. They're all kind of fun, interesting, and psychotic, and they actually make my craziness look meek. It's hilarious. But anyway, so we talked about a lot of things on that episode, one of which was leagues. All right, we brought up 3 leagues. Yeah, I'm not going to be talking about at least one of them because my opinions of that league are well known and documented. And yeah, there was a Reddit mod who had an issue with that. Besides the point. All right, so there's an inherent problem with leagues in the Hearthstone eSports, I guess, community right now. And that problem is that the viewers don't feel like they can easily invest their time or attention to it because there's nothing that's really holding it. There's nothing that's giving them that thrill of watching this tournament or watching that. And it's kind of sad in a way. Now, is it the fault of the organizers? Somewhat. I'm going to put that out there. It's somewhat. The organizers wanted to do the safe thing. And you can't blame them. You really can't. They wanted to take the safe route. And the safe route is literally taking quantities that are known, taking formulas that are known, repackaging it, and then representing it as something different. And then expecting the same results. The problem with this is, well, you had 2 different leagues coming up at the same time. You had conflicting schedules there. Not to mention players had conflicting schedules because, they're also competing in these tournaments. They have obligations with their teams and this, that, and the other. So it's very hard for the average viewer to actually have any kind of investment in this and want to keep watching. And, it's horrible. It really is. Mind you, I give props to NVIDIA. I love your stat sheets and everything. It makes anal retentive number guys like myself very happy. Even though I kind of question your amateur and pro league and how they have different actual play formats and yeah. But, hey, you guys are trying something. That's kind of cool. And I applaud you for that. Thank you. So while we were discussing this, I said, like leagues actually have a really interesting thing that nobody's really tapping into. And I've been the advocate of the underdog like since I was able to talk. And I love supporting the underdog because I love it when that guy that everybody discounts, the guy that nobody sees coming, rises up and just slaps the shit out of you all. I love that story. And it is a story, ladies and gentlemen. It's a story. All right? You should have known Hearthstone had story-based elements in it. The moment you heard a developer in response to why Lightning Storm has such wild RNG come out and say, well, it tells a story. Yeah, it does. And you'd be surprised how much that story is actually relevant to the people watching these tournaments. All right? If you've ever watched a live event, a live like sporting event, let's like say baseball, American football, soccer, whatever, you're watching that. How many times are you up cheering and rooting and it's like, oh my God, yes, yes, right? We're seeing that here in the esports scene as well with these tournaments. But yet you're not seeing that with League as much because the viewers don't have an investment there. Your tournaments are generally going to have nothing but top-end people competing up against a few other people who qualified. It has gotten better. It really has. Trust me on this. It's definitely gotten better with the amount of people that can possibly qualify. Thank you, DreamHack, for going completely open. It might backfire on them, but fuck it. At least they're taking a chance. I applaud them. So I said in there, well, what about these new players? Maybe we can make this leagues into a showcase for them. And I said this, and people were kind of like, yeah, that'd be kind of a cool idea, and nobody really wanted to give it a lot of time and thought and all that. And well, I actually like a challenge, and I decided, okay, fuck it, let's see if I can actually make this work. Why not? I love challenges. So, and again, this is all hypothetical because I do not have either the means or the funds or the, well, it's just means and funds, let's be honest, to make this happen. So I decided, it's like, okay, well, how are we going to go about getting this to happen? How could this work? How can this work? And I was stumped, right? It's like, all right, well, you know what the problem is, but how do you solve the problem? So I started doing what I normally do, pacing, and that didn't work. And then I put my head to the grindstone, which is a nicer way of saying Shiv took a nap. Yeah, it makes me look less like a slacker. So took a nap, woke up, still didn't have any fucking ideas, went and grabbed a soda, sat down in front of my computer and went, fuck, I don't think I can do this. Then decided to load up my Facebook, which I like hardly ever check. And one of my friend's mother, who for some odd reason has me on a friends list, posted up something, and I'm reading what they posted up, and it was one of these videos from one of these idol TV shows, because you know there's not like 100,000 of these fucking things all over the goddamn world. And sitting there, I'm going, huh, wow, that's so fucking simple. Fuck. All right. So for those of you who've never watched like American Idol or the Britain's Got Talent or any of that other shit or whatever national equivalent you have in your area, the idea is you basically have these competitions that are kind of weird population or popularity contests for all intents and purposes, and people are voting and whatnot, and you finally get down to like this last select group. Judges also do voting as well in determination, and supposedly their votes count more than user votes or whatever, but whatever. And they're competing for like a music contract. And then it kind of dawned on me. There are a lot of players out there who their dream is literally to become an eSports fucking celebrity. Well, how do you become an eSports celebrity? You get signed to a team. You know, being signed to a team is a really huge thing for a lot of players. Now, it's not the only thing, obviously, but it's a huge fucking incentive. And that opens up a lot of possibilities. There's lots of teams out there. There's new teams coming every single day with sponsors and stuff, you know. So you get a team that has sponsors, you know, has contracts, money, swag, whatever. And basically, you run a group of players through like some of the most rigorous trials you possibly can. And at the end of it, you hold a huge competition and see who makes the cut. And that person wins basically a contract with that team. It's kind of cool. I like the idea. It's fun. It's simple, and it's something that the viewers can easily invest in. All right, because we all know like Cloud9s. We all know the Archons and Complexity and insert name here, Dignitas and things of that nature. And they got a lot of fans and all that. Well, there's a market share right there, guys. And the idea is really, really simple. Now, shoot, there's not that many teams that could support this, and what if they don't need to? That's a fucking very fine, valid point. It really is. It was actually the one thing I kind of had a little bit of trouble working around. And then I realized that there's still going to be tournaments that have invites and open qualifiers there as well. Well, fuck it. They're playing for one of those invite slots. All right? They just went through 12 weeks of this grueling thing. They've made a name for themselves. People know who they are. They earned it. So fuck it, do that. And if they do good in that fucking event, hey, they might actually get their home contract either way. So it's a win-win either way. And it gives flexibility for a league. All right. So now, this all sounds really cool, right? But how are you really going to make this different from anything else we've seen? Because people want something that's different. People want not the same old shit every single damn time. True fact. People like diversity. So I started thinking, this is never really a good thing for people because I'm a sick, twisted individual. And when it comes to putting people through their paces, I'm like that drill sergeant who hates everybody. So rather than making it you're just, oh, play the same style of deck and play style format and whatever, I decided to change it up. So here's how this is going to work. Weeks 1 through 3, you'll play as you normally will. 4 decks, bands, conquest, all that fun stuff, right? Weeks 4 through 6. Well, now you get 1 class. Best of 3, unlimited sideboards. Like, wait a minute, didn't we already do this with MLG? Yes, we did, and it was fun. A lot of people liked it. And actually, at the time, it was the largest open tournament ever held. Yeah. So, well, at least for Hearthstone. So, yeah, there you go. That'll be 3 weeks of that stuff there. Then, have something that we have not really seen much of, but it's real fucking interesting. Highlander. So people are like, what the fuck is Highlander? Okay, some of you might have heard me talk about Highlander on my stream or a commentary or editorial piece that I may have done here, there, whatever. So the basic concept behind Highlander is in the deck construction. There can be only 1 of any card in your deck, and you're only allowed a max of 2 legendaries total. So what does this mean? You're only allowed 1 lightning bolt, or 1 lightning storm, or 1 circle of healing, or 1 Arcanine. You see where we're going with this. That way, there's a risk reward for each card you play, and that means your deck design better be fucking good. And that's part of being a pro player. You really have to be a good deck designer. And that's going to be your test right there for that. All right. And obviously there's a 4th one. I have still yet to come up with what that would be. It might be something like you can have no basics or make it completely RNG or whatever. We'll see. I haven't worked out the details on that one yet, but I will. I got time. So yeah, that's how you test people. It's like, well, okay, that sounds cool and all that, but who's allowed to participate? Is this just going to be open to everybody? Well, here's the thing though. The more people you add to any sort of element that you're wanting to be like broadcasted and streamed and all this, it creates some problems. A lot. So what you'll have to do is basically have a giant open. All right. And I'd love to do this as a Swiss, basically 10-round Swiss. All right. And then you take the top 64 of that. And they get advanced to the next phase of this. And then you have another qualifier in that. And then you take the top 16 of that. And then those 16 players, they compete. Now, in order to ensure viewer involvement and things of this nature, you're going to need known quantities, known streamers, pro players, commentators, things of that nature. Your Lothars, your Noxious, your Frodan, Artosis, coming on here or there, giving their insight into plays. You could also have format breakdowns, deck analysis, things of that nature. You could have stuff before a tournament. You could have stuff after a tournament. Lots of different production values you can have in this. You could literally turn this into one huge event with like 100+ hours of video content for you to absorb if you wanted to. Or you could just watch the fucking people play. You have stat pages left and right for those anal retentive bastards like myself. Yeah. Interviews. Interviews are kind of, the way they've been doing interviews is very clunky. It's always the same questions over and over to players and all that. And it just kind of feels canned, in all honesty, because they are. So, yeah, sure. Interviews, post-match interviews, things of that nature. And you could do all this outside of a live event, or you could do, like, just an online event type thing, or you can even do offline and make that there. That's way more money investment I might like to add. So definitely possible. But I think it would be something that'd be really, really interesting, and I think people would really, really be on for this. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be like just one organization running this whole thing. Individual teams could run this fucking shit, guys. Seriously, Archon, you guys need a new player? Here's how you fucking do it, man. You'll get so much fucking hype off that shit. Tempo Storm, there you go. Fucking complexity. I know you guys have been losing some people. Here's a concept. You know, just saying. Any team could actually fucking put this out and do this. All right, but let's say, you know, there wants to be an organization that wants to do this, that wants to work with all these different teams and, you know, tournament organizations, and actually wants to make that a part of it. It's possible. It really is. And I'd love to see something like this. It's got great story-driven narratives that are going to pull in the viewers just because these guys, nobody knows them, but they're hungry and they're wanting to fight for that spot. And you're going to see some vicious and top skilled players battling it out for it. So I think it actually has a very strong possibility of working. And when I've run this by, like the few people who've actually heard about it, they were actually shocked that nobody's done this before, that nobody's thought of this. Then they thought it was a really good idea. So yeah, I wanted to get it on video. I wanted to put it out there. Who knows? Maybe somebody will see this, recommend it to whoever, and it might actually happen. Fuck it. I love it. Initially, I was like, yeah, but, you know, how am I supposed to get paid off my fucking genius? You know, at this point, I don't really give a fuck if I make any money off of it. I really don't. I just want to see it happen. I think it's something that the community would love. I think it's something that people would really enjoy. And fuck it. Anybody's got any questions? Comment section down there. Fucking emails all over the place. I'm all over fucking Twitter. Get in contact with me. We'll fucking break it down in the simplest or the most complex means you need. But yeah, this kind of league play, I think, is healthy and growing Hearthstone. And I'd love to see it. So yeah, that's all I got from this little editorial piece. So till next time, stay safe. Try to keep cool. And as always, may Iron Jesus bless you. Peace.